Let's mold in the Central Committee. Let's cringe in the Central Committee. Let's bog in the Central Committee right now.
Black Lives Matter activist shot in London. Sasha Johnson has been a leading figure in the Black Lives Matter movement in the UK. The Taking Initiative Party said she was treated in intensive care after being brutally attacked in the early hours of Sunday. The 27-year-old has life-threatening injuries following the shooting on Consort Road in Peckham, South London. A vigil was held in Ruskin Park, close to King College Hospital, where Miss Jackson is being treated. Well-wishers played African drums and prayed for Miss Johnson to pull through. One speaker told the crowd, "In every community there are good eggs and bad eggs. We have to make sure those bad eggs are held accountable for their actions. But it's not acceptable for those bad eggs to be attacking our warriors, be they male or female warriors who are out there every day without pay, working for our families, working for our communities." Police said at this stage there was no evidence that the attack was targeted. Detectives added there is currently nothing to suggest the shooting victim had received any credible threats against her and have appealed for witnesses. They have not confirmed her identity. And this is where the stories diverge. Amari Anton, a friend of Miss Johnson's, told the BBC doctors had carried out surgery on her fellow activists, which had gone well, and she was now with her parents. "As far as I'm aware, this incident is more related to rival gangs as opposed to her activism," Miss Anton said. Yeah, so that's the story that's being pushed by the BBC. But what I saw earlier was that, here we go. This is what I said, what I saw on CNN. British Black Lives Matter Sasha Johnson is in critical condition after being shot in the head in London, her political party said on Sunday. "It is with great sadness that we inform you that our Sasha Johnson has been brutally attacked and sustained a gunshot wound to her head," the Taking Initiative Party said in a statement. "She is currently in intensive care and in critical condition." The party said the attack happened following numerous death threats as a result of her activism. Police said paramedics transported a 27-year-old woman with gunshot wounds to a South London hospital, and that the incident appeared to have happened near a house party in Southwark. The police statement said that at this early stage of the investigation, there was no evidence to suggest a targeted attack or that the woman had received any credible threats against her prior to this incident. So, in the American telling of the story, according to the political party, she had had numerous death threats, but then the police say she hadn't received any credible threats. You know, chat, there's this constant kind of like, oops-a-daisy, BLM protesters, leaders killed. Here's a story in Rolling Stone. Mysterious deaths leave Ferguson activists on pins and needles. 6 people in the Ferguson, Missouri activist community have been found dead in the 4 years since Michael Brown was killed. It's been 4.5 years since the death of an 18-year-old Michael Brown, the unarmed black man whose shooting by police officer Darren Wilson sparked protests and riots in Ferguson, Missouri, helping to solidify the Black Lives Matter movement. Though the unrest is over, his passing is still deeply felt in the community, particularly among activists who say they are receiving anonymous threats following reports of deaths in their community. Since the 2014 shooting, about 6 people connected to the protests following Brown's death have died, some in violent, mysterious ways. While police say there is no evidence that foul play was involved in the men's deaths, those within the community report feeling as if they're on pins and needles. The prominent African-American leader added that he has received anonymous threats and that he's recently found an unmarked box containing a 6-foot python in his car. Two other men connected to the protest, Darren Seals and DeAndre Joshua, were found killed under similar circumstances. Joshua was found dead in a torched car in November of 2014 during the Ferguson protests. 2 years later, Seals was found dead in a torched car after being shot. Both men were active in the protest community. Seals, for instance, was seen on video footage comforting Brown's mother, Leslie McSpadden, at the protests of 2014. Following Seals' death, Sergeant Sean McGuire, police spokesman for St. Louis County, vowed to look into whether there was a link between the two deaths. They are aware that DeAndre Joshua died in the same kind of way, anything's a possibility. Our detectives are always going to look into different avenues or if there's some kind of motive. In addition to the deaths of Masori, Seals, and Joshua, 3 men associated with the Ferguson protests are reported to have taken their own lives. Rashawn McCarroll, Danye Jones, and Edward Crawford. Yet family members and friends in the Ferguson community say that the details of the deaths don't quite add up. In October 2018, for instance, Jones was found hanging by a sheet on a tree. Yet his family members have said they do not believe Jones would be able to make the knots required to have tied the sheets, nor did Jones's mother, Melissa McKennies, recognize the sheets themselves. They lynched my baby, she said in a Facebook post after her son was found dead last October. While some people in the activist community believe that white supremacists may have played a role in the deaths, police say there is no evidence linking them to foul play of any kind. Others have suggested that the spate of deaths underscore the harsh reality of the lives of men of color in St. Louis, where violent crime and homicide rates have been on the rise, and black residents are 3 times more likely to be poor than white residents, thus having less access to crucial physical and mental health services. That's just a coincidence. A dedicated team of detectives is working tirelessly to identify the persons responsible for the shootings. He added that they need public health. So what they will say is, it has nothing to do with our activism, although we have no idea who did it. We're going to say they haven't received any credible threats. Meanwhile, the party is saying they have received numerous death threats. Is Rolling Stone? Rolling Stone's okay. So 2 torched bodies in cars, 1 with a gunshot wound, doesn't show foul play. What the fucking planet did these police... What do you mean? The car just caught on fire spontaneously. Telly added that while he recognized the incident will have shocked those in the local community and further afield, he called on the public to avoid speculating as to motive or the circumstances behind it. Johnson rose to prominence last year during the Black Lives Matter protests as leader of the TTIP, which was been called Britain's first black-led political party. She is a mother of 3 and also works to deliver food and groceries to families in need, according to the party, which called her a strong, powerful voice for our people and community in its Sunday statement. In a separate tweet, Black Lives Matter UK hailed Johnson as a young mother and fearless political campaigner who was the forefront of many BLM protests last summer. Whoever carried out this dreadful shooting of Sasha Johnson needs to be caught quickly. Give any info you have to @MPS Southwark. Reported death threats will need to be investigated, wrote Harriet Harriman, a Labour member of Parliament for Camberwell and Peckham, who also wished Johnson a full recovery. Diane Abbott, Labour MP for Hackney North and Stoke Newington, tweeted, "Nobody should have to potentially pay for their life because they stood up for racial justice." David Lammy, Labour MP for Tottenham, described the news as gut-wrenching and said he was praying for Sasha Johnson, her family and friends, as she makes a quick and full recovery. Claudia Webb, an MP for clearly Antifa did it. Yeah. Is there any private investigative team for BLM? If not, how do we get that idea out there? Well, see, whenever that happens, it's just an accident. Claudia Webb, when I think of the brutal shooting of Sasha Johnson, it reminds me that the culture of gun violence is all-consuming, affecting whole communities and neighborhoods. The bullet does not discriminate in its effect, but too many women become collateral damage in this culture of fear. This is what we have to... This is a part of a larger pattern of BLM organizers being killed. There's even more of them. They keep showing up around these situations all around the country, all around the world. On Saturday night in Austin, a Black Lives Matter protester named Garrett Foster was shot and killed after a chaotic altercation with a motorist who apparently tried to aggressively drive past marching protesters at a downtown intersection. So we just have continual deaths of protesters, organizers, and all that other shit. We do politics here every morning starting at 10 a.m. 10 a.m. Eastern, 7 a.m. Pacific. You can watch us here on Twitch. We're the morning guy. The morning politics guy. Politics Frogs in every single day. Same time, 10 a.m. Day in, day out. and we carry you through your morning and early afternoon politics needs. And if you need more, Mike from PA, we have a YouTube channel. We talked about suburbs, the My Pillow guy, Ted Cruz. We talked about DSA. Amazing. Making fun of Tim Pool. Amazing. Look at all of these amazing videos. Get in there, watch them. We have me on Twitter. You got to follow me on Twitter, chat. I'm at 20,614 subs. That means I got like 40 followers on Twitter in the last day. You can do better than that. You can do better than that. Go follow us on Twitter. And of course, join the Discord, where we have an incredible community of left-wing streamers. We have left-wing community. We talk about the stream. We talk about politics. There's gaming content. It's a really awesome, supportive place. Direct action, mutual aid, and you can just let off some steam. And also, you can help produce the show. One of the things I do is I look at the links that are put into the news content suggestions chat room on the Discord. Join the Discord, come hang out, and maybe what you want me to talk about will be part of the next show.